Today we're going to tap on the virtue of trustworthiness. Imagine that we have a plug, that we are an electrical socket that we plug into about 150 meters up, 300 feet up. We plug ourselves up, bringing the energy down like a waterfall through our bodies as gently as possible, washing out all the stuff that shouldn't be there. Only positive stuff stays and all the negative stuff just gets washed out. Plugging down into the center of the earth where we see, sense, or feel a ball of energy, a river of light, as you wish. Plugging our feet into that, both energies, one energy. Bringing that back up to our hearts, shining it around ourselves like a lighthouse and pushing it out. Like bubblegum, we're spiritual beings. In a body, we have no edges. This exercise by Christy Marie Sheldon. And so we say truth, truth, truth. So infinite self on a scale of 0 to 10. If I could gauge where am I energetically with the virtue of trustworthiness, 10 meaning I have this virtue at 100%, where am I at? No judgment here. The purpose is to increase the intensity of the virtue and the practice of the virtue in our beings and in our energetic field. So wherever the number is at, and then taking into consideration in our body where we may feel an uneasiness with regards to times that we were not as trustworthy, where we could have been more trustworthy, or if the table is reversed, where there was somebody who was untrustworthy towards us. So there's two scenarios that we could do in this particular situation. So starting with wherever I do not feel that my self is in alignment with the virtue of trustworthiness. And so tapping on the side of the hand, this virtue of trustworthiness. This virtue of trustworthiness. I have this lack of this virtue of trustworthiness sitting in my body. Pick the space wherever it is in your body where you feel this lack, this virtue of trustworthiness. I have this lack of this virtue of trustworthiness sitting in my body. This virtue of trustworthiness. This virtue of trustworthiness. I have the lack of it sitting in my body. And I would like it to leave. So this lack. I have this lack of trustworthiness sitting in my body, whether it's in your head, in your throat, in your eyes, behind your heart, in your hips, stomach, wherever it may be. And if you can't sense it, it's okay. Just tap along. So this virtue of trustworthiness. My goal is to increase the intensity of trustworthiness in our body. This lack of trustworthiness I have sitting in my body. This lack of trustworthiness is causing me pain in my body. This lack of trustworthiness. I have this lack of trustworthiness sitting in my body and it's causing me pain. This lack of trustworthiness sitting in my body and it's causing me pain. For whatever reason, I have given permission for this lack of trustworthiness. I was just doing the best I could. If I could have done better, if I had the tools to have done better, I would have. Yes, trustworthiness is a very important virtue. Especially when it comes to dealing with people's lives, with money, with self-integrity, and with ourselves. Because ultimately, trustworthiness really is our accountability to ourselves. Do I turn up every single morning for myself? Do I turn up as the highest and best version of myself every single morning? Do I turn up as the highest and best version of myself throughout the whole day? Do I turn up as the highest and best version of myself in every one moment with every thought? Are my thoughts trustworthy? Are my thoughts from a space of clarity and integrity? Take a comfortable breath. Now looking at the scale of 0 to 10, where are we sitting now? Okay? Take wherever that number is, and if you don't see a number, that's fine. Just continue tapping anyway. So this lack of trustworthiness energy sitting in my body. I have this lack of trustworthiness energy sitting in my body. For whatever reason, I gave permission for this lack of trustworthiness energy to sit in my body. This lack of trustworthiness energy. This lack of trustworthiness energy sitting in my body. It was just one particular moment, or various moments, whatever that may be. Virtues are a lifelong process of learning. I give myself permission to keep learning. I give myself permission to comprehend that virtues is an everyday requirement of an exercise, like brushing teeth. I need to improve every single day. So the best I can possibly do for myself today is to ask myself, am I being the highest version of this virtue at this moment in time? Am I being the highest version of this virtue at this particular time? And that's what's the best I can do. I can't fix the past. I can fix the present and make it better. And that is what I choose for myself. That in every one moment I choose to be aware of my capacity to be more and more trustworthy. I choose to be aware of my capacity of being more and more trustworthy for myself. Because ultimately the only person I can turn up for is myself every single day. Turn up as a trustworthy spiritual being in a body. And that is what I choose for myself. I choose this virtue of trustworthiness. I choose this virtue of trustworthiness. I choose this virtue of trustworthiness. This virtue of trustworthiness. This virtue of trustworthiness. I choose to be in integrity with this virtue of trustworthiness because I need to have my own back. I need to be able to trust myself, to show up for myself every single day. I can't show up for others if I can't show up for myself. So am I showing up for myself every single day? That is the best lesson I can have for myself, is to show up for myself every single day and to carry out my words and my deeds in alignment. That I am a trustable human being. That I can trust myself to be there for myself. Self-accountability. That is the best that I can do for myself. And I am very grateful. I am very grateful for myself, for this journey I walk, for being more trustworthy and self-accountable. Because I can't walk this journey for anybody else. I need to be able to trust myself, my words, my deeds, my actions, my thoughts. And that is what is most important. Our journey is never about the other person. It's whether I can trust my thoughts from a space of integrity. Can I trust my words from a space of integrity? Are my actions coming from a space of integrity? And that is what trustworthiness is about. And that's what I choose for myself. I choose for myself that in all my words, my deeds, my actions, that I am self-accountable. And I got this for myself. I got this for myself. I got this for myself. And so just taking a gentle breath, a comfortable breath, and seeing where we're at on the scale of 0 to 10, assuming that 10 is the full sense and capacity of the virtue, where we're at, and anything below a 5, we have to just replay the video and keep tapping again. If a person's face comes up and for whatever reason somebody else was untrustworthy, tap on the fact that I am trustworthy first, and we can always come back. If you would like me to do another video focusing on another person, focusing on somebody else's lack of trustworthiness, then please put it in the comments and we shall do so. Please subscribe, please push the like button because this helps others also have access to this video. Blessings to you all.